and good day everyone. I'm here again, Ma'am Jenny, your science teacher for another topic in grade 8 science. Sa mga hindi pa nakakapag-subscribe, don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the students of 8 Apitong, especially to John Carlo, Angelica, John Michael, Jericho, Rhea May, Rika May, Rona, Linda, Tayshawn, yung mga hindi ko nabanggit na pangalan, walang magtatampo. So, I will greet you some other time. Keep on watching, and I hope na may natutunan kayo sa mga video lessons na to. So, this is the next topic that I have prepared for you, especially grade 8 students of Santa Maria National High School. Keep on watching. Thank you. Observe the picture. The rocks are stationary. So when we say stationary, it means at rest or hindi gumagalaw. Do they possess energy? What do you think will happen if some forces act on one rock? The concepts of work and energy are closely tied to the concept of force because an applied force can do work on an object and cause a change in energy. But before I continue discussing about our topic, which is energy, let us recall what we have learned on one of the video lessons that you have watched. Work is being done when all the following conditions are satisfied. So, bago tayo mag-proceed sa topic natin na energy, since work and energy is related or is closely tied to the concept of force, it is important for us to recall the conditions or the three conditions for us to say that work is done. The first one is, number 1, a force is being exerted on an object. So, para masabi natin na may work na nangyari sa isang situation, kailangan ay nag-exert ng force. On our previous discussion, force is either a push or a pull. Number 2, or letter B, the object moves. So, we have to remember that exerting a force is not enough. The force that you exert should make the object move. And most importantly, letter C, the motion is in the direction of the force. Remember, always remember, there are three conditions. Hindi pwedeng ang present lang ay A, letter B lang, or letter C lang. Hindi pwedeng A and B lang, A and C lang, or B and C lang. So, kailangan silang tatlo ay present para masabi natin na mayroong ginawang work. Even if you exert a great force or nag-exert ka ng malakas na puwersa, if hindi mo na-satisfy yung letter B, pag di mo napagalaw yung object, then no work is done. But you have to remember this. Kahit malakas yung puwersa mo, kahit napagalaw mo pa yung object, kapag yung motion ng object ay iba sa direction ng force, wala pa ring work na nangyari. Example, kapag if you exert a forward force and the object moves backward, so dahil magkaiba ng direction yung force at yung object na binuhusan mo ng force mo ay salungat sa direction ng force, so walang work na nangyari doon. So these three conditions should be present para masabi natin na mayroong work or work is done. So, since work is related to our topic, so this time, I believe that you are now ready. Work is a method of transferring energy. Ang work ay isang pamamaraan ng paglilipat o pagsasalin ng energy. So, bakit nasabi iyon? So, at first, what is energy? Energy is the ability or the capacity to do work. One of the most important concepts in all of the sciences are those related to energy. There are different forms of energy, like the energy an object has because of its motion, energy due to its elevation on Earth, energy of a compressed or stretched spring, energy of positive and negative electric charges when separated, thermal energy of hot substances, mass energy of nuclei of the sun, chemical energy of glucose molecule, and so forth. So maraming forms and sources of energy. Every living and dynamic process in nature involves the conversion of energy from one form to another. These transformations are important for powering the machines that man builds and uses. They cause ocean currents, rain, wind, temperature variations, and all other phenomena related to the Earth's climate. In this video lesson, you will understand about the two forms or types of energy in mechanics, or the mechanical forms of energy. First, let's do this. I know that you are familiar with a bowling game. So, you may try this at home. You may use a PET bottle and a ball. All you have to do is to roll a plastic or rubber ball along the floor to hit an empty plastic bottle. So once that you have done that activity or this activity, the question is there work done on the ball? Next question is, what can a moving ball do? Ano bang nagagawa ng gumagalaw or gumugulong na bola? So let's see what's the answer. So for the question, is there work done on the ball? Of course, you have done work on the ball. The force you exerted in pushing the ball is in the same direction as the motion of the ball. You exert force on the ball, a forward force, and the ball moves forward. But then, you did not continuously push the ball until it hits the empty bottle. Pag ginagis nyo na or pinagulong nyo na yung bola, hindi nyo naman tuloy-tuloy na ina-applyan ng puwersa or ng force yung bola hanggang tamaan nito yung bote. You just gave it a nudge and then it rolled. The force exerted on the ball changed the ball's motion. Something was transferred to the ball, causing it to move continuously. So, nung binitawan mo yung bola, mayroong napasa dun sa bola na naging dahilan para gumulong at tuloy-tuloy na gumalaw yung bola. That something is called energy. The energy became energy of motion of the ball. So, just like on our definition, energy is the ability or the capacity to do work. You can do work if you have energy. Energy in mechanics has two types. you have kinetic energy and potential energy. So let's start with kinetic energy. Let's go back to the ball. The something that caused the ball's motion or that was transferred to the ball is specifically kinetic energy, which is energy of motion. Ito yung form ng energy na mayroon sa mga bagay na gumagalaw in moving objects. The formula for kinetic energy of an object is Ke, or kinetic energy, is equal to 1/2 mv squared. So tandaan natin yan, the formula of kinetic energy is Ke is equal to 1/2 mv squared, where m is equals mass in kilograms. So, lagi nating tatandaan that the unit of mass is kilogram. Kilogram is the unit of mass. And V is equal to the velocity or speed of an object in meters per second. So, tandaan natin na yung speed and velocity, minsan kasi akala natin parehas lang siya. Remember that speed is how fast, while velocity is how fast and in which direction. Saan, gaano kabilis at saan papunta. So, kinetic energy, again, is equal to 1/2 mv squared. To do this calculation, to compute the kinetic energy of an object, square the velocity value. So, makikita nyo naman kasi that velocity squared. When we say square the velocity value, you have to multiply the value of velocity to itself. Let's say, for example, if the value of velocity is 2 meter per second, you have to multiply 2 meter per second to 2 meter per second. So, 2 times 2. Next, multiply by the mass and then divide by 2. Energy is measured in joules or Newton meters. 1 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram meter or times meter per second squared. 1 joule is equal to 1 kilogram times meter squared divided by second squared is equal to 1 Newton meter. The unit, which is joule, was named after an English physicist, mathematician, and brewer, which is James Prescott Joule. Joule studied the nature of heat and discovered its relationship to mechanical work. This led to the law of conservation of energy, which in turn led to the development of the first law of thermodynamics. So, tandaan po na ang unit ng energy is joules. Let us have a sample problem. A 50-kilogram boy went jogging at a rate of 5 meters per second. Calculate the kinetic energy. Remember, when we compute for the acceleration, we use the mnemonics GAPSA. So we will use it again for us to have, what do you call that? Para mas madali nating matandaan yung pagkakasunod-sunod on how to compute word problem. Let's start with the given. In the problem, our given are the following. The mass is 50 kilogram. The velocity is 5 meter per second. Next is, we have to write what is asked. So, we have to compute for or we are looking for the kinetic energy of the boy. Letter C, write the formula. Like what I have said earlier, lagi niyong tatandaan yung formula. That is, kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv squared. Followed by the solution. So we have to replace the formula with the given. 1/2 m or mass is 50 kilogram multiplied by the velocity, which is 5. So all you have to do is you have to multiply 5 with 5 because it is squared. 5 squared is equal to 25, while the 1/2 of 50 is 25. So, in-square natin yung velocity. Then, 1/2 of 50. Then, 25 times 25 is equal to 625. Now, pwede din naman ang gawin nyo is, you square the velocity. 5 times 5 is 25. Kopyahin lang dito yung 50. 50 times 25 divided by 2. Ang lalabas din na sagot ay 625. Our unit is kilogram meter squared per second squared or joules. So again, write the given, write what is asked, write the formula, the solution, and your answer. Paano nakuha yung 25? 1/2 of 50. Kung ayaw nyo ng 1/2 of 50, 1 times 50 is 50 divided by 2, then you have 25. Paano naman nakuha itong 25 na to? 5 times 5. Bakit siya 5 times 5? Squared. Velocity squared. The value of velocity is 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. So bakit naging meter squared per second squared? Meter times meter is meter or meter squared. Seconds times seconds is seconds or second squared. So that's why for the unit, multiply kilogram with meter squared and second squared. So you have kilogram meter squared per second squared or joules. Next problem. What is the kinetic energy possessed by a body with a mass of 6 kg projected upward with a speed of 3 meter per second? So, the given, can you guess? What is the given mass? Very good. If your answer is 6 kg. Next, for the velocity is 3. So, tandaan nyo lang yung unit. So, yung unit ng mass is kilogram. The unit of velocity is meter per second. What is asked? Of course, you are looking for the kinetic energy. Then, the formula, if your answer is 1/2 mv squared, then you are very good. Then for the solution, i-replace lang natin to. So you have to replace it with, anong ilalagay nyo dito? Okay, 6 kg. For the velocity, you have 3. So kung makikita nyo, kinopy lang natin. Mass, the formula is mass. I-replace lang natin siya ng value ng mass. While for the velocity, kinopy lang din natin sa given. Then, 1/2 of 6 or 1 times 6 divided by 2, then you have 3. 3 squared or 3 times 3, multiply mo si 3 sa sarili niya, then you have 9. Dali lang, di ba? And then, you have 3 times 9. What is your answer? If your answer is 27, then you got it correctly. Very good. Kaya na ba? Kaya nyo na mag-solve sa sarili nyo? Kayo nang mag-isa? Okay, let's have another sample problem. Calculate the kinetic energy of a 1,000 kilogram car with a velocity of 17 meter per second. So, medyo malaki na yung number. The given. Okay. Ang dali. Okay, very good. 1,000 kilogram. Actually, yung unit nakalagay na siya, kaya ikakopy nyo na lang to. Tatandaan nyo lang yung unit niya. M stands for mass. V, the value of velocity is? Very good. O, diba? Ang dali lang. Next is, write what is asked. So, you are looking for or computing for the kinetic energy. Letter C, the formula is? So, tandang-tandaan nyo na yan. KE or kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv squared. For solution, kinetic energy, the value of mass is 1,000 kilogram. The velocity is very good. Oh, ang gagaling nyo ah. 1/2 of 1,000 is, okay, 500. While 17 times 17 is, sige nga, paki-compute. Alright, 289. Sa mga nalilito pa, pero sana naman wala na. 500 because 1 times 1,000 divided by 2. Or 1/2 or 1,000. Kalahati ng 1,000 is 500. Bakit 289? 17 times 17. Kasi 17 squared. Velocity squared. So, kaya siya 289. And finally, 500 times 289. Sige nga, paki-compute. Alright. Kayang-kaya. Alright, what is your answer? If your answer is 144,500 kilogram meter squared per second squared or joules, then very good. So, huwag nyo lang kakalimutan yung unit. Even if you have answered 144,500, kung walang nakalagay na unit, magiging mali yung sagot nyo. So, kailangan mayroong unit. So, dahil sa presentation na ito or sa video lesson na ito ay nakalagay na yung unit, yung mismong answer na number na lang yung isusulat ninyo. But, kung hindi given yung unit, huwag nyong kakalimutan. So, I think you are now ready to answer the exercises that I have prepared. Start with number 1. Okay. Take your time. What is the kinetic energy of a bowling ball with a mass of 4 kg that is thrown with a velocity of 2 meter per second squared? Write the given mass, the given velocity, letter B, ayan na siya, copy nyo na lang. Letter C, the formula, ilang beses tayo nagbigay ng sample. Then, letter D, pakilagay dito yung given mass, the given velocity, 1/2 of the given mass, velocity squared, multiply these two, then you have your final answer. Last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, let's check if your answer is correct. The given mass is, if your answer is 4, then very good. Given velocity, okay, 2 meter per seconds. Then you have the formula. Alright. For the solution, 1/2 of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So, medyo meron lang tayo dito yung typographical error, that is 2 meter per seconds. Pag nilagyan kasi ng squared, that is the unit of acceleration. So, yan ay 2 meter per seconds. Okay. Next problem. What is the kinetic energy of a 6 kilogram stone that is rolling at 2 meter per second squared? Or per second, I'm sorry. Write the given, formula, solution, then write your answer. Okay. Take your time. Write the given. Hanapin nyo sa given kung alin yung may unit na kilogram. Then copy. For velocity, yung may unit na meter per seconds. And then, formula. Tandang-tandaan nyo na yan. For the solution, just copy your answer here. Punta dito. Then, for the velocity, and then, for this part, 1/2 of your given mass, you write it here. Then, for this part, the square of your given velocity, then multiply the 2, then, final answer. Last 10 seconds. Seconds. 3, 2, time's up. Okay. Mass is 6 kilogram. Velocity is 2 meter per seconds. So, mahusay. Very good. Kung nakuha ng tamang sagot. Kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv squared. For solution, 1/2 6 kilogram times 2 meter per seconds. 1/2 of 6 is, tandaan ito ha, 1/2 of 6 is equal to 3. 2 times 2 is 4. And 3 times 4 is 12. Very good. So, sino kayong naka-perfect ng score? Kayang-kaya na mag-compute ng kinetic energy. So, malapit nang matapos ang video lesson na ito. Let us have some multiple choice questions. Number 1. Which of the following situation shows kinetic energy? A. A box lying motionless on the floor. B. A mango fruit falling from a tree. C. A rock resting on a cliff. And D. A pushcart with groceries. 10 seconds. Write the answer. Write the letter of the correct answer. Okay. If your answer is letter B, then you are correct. A mango fruit falling from a tree. Remember that kinetic energy is the energy of motion. Letter A, motionless. Yung box, nakalapag lang siya sa floor at hindi gumagalaw. Yung letter C, bato lang siya na nasa bangin. Letter D, nakalagay lang dito, pushcart na may mga groceries. But yung letter B, a mango fruit falling from a tree. Yung bunga ng manggang bumabagsak mula sa puno. So, kasalukuyan siyang gumagalaw. Energy of moving objects. So, meron itong kinetic energy. Alright. Letter B. I mean number 2, sorry. Kinetic energy is the energy an object has due to its... ang dali. Doon kanina nabanggit ko na to sa unang question. Letter A, position. Letter B, weight. Letter C, motion. And letter D, gravity. Okay, done? If your answer is letter C, then your answer is correct. Kinetic energy is the energy of motion. And finally, last question na yata ito. Kinetic energy can be calculated from what two measurements? Kung alam niyo yung formula, tandaan niyo yung computations kanina, then you can answer this question. A, mass and power. B, velocity and mass. C, acceleration and weight. Letter D, speed and momentum. Okay, sana natandaan niyo yung formula. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is letter B. Ang formula ng kinetic energy is kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv squared. M stands for mass and V stands for velocity. So kinetic energy can be calculated with mass, with the given mass, and velocity. So sino kaya ang naka-perfect ng sagot? So very good. Ay, meron pa pala. So, next question, what is the standard unit of measurement for kinetic energy? A, Newton. B, volt. C, ampere. D, joule. So, tandaan, ano kaya yung unit ng energy? Di ba kanina may pinakita pa akong picture ng scientist? James Prescott. That is the answer. If your answer is letter D, Joel, the answer is correct. Okay. So, thank you for watching this video. See you again next time for the next topic, which is potential energy. Thank you for watching. See you again next time. In this time of pandemic, sana kahit nasa bahay lang kayo, may natututunan pa rin kayo. Keep safe everyone. Have a nice day.